Well, anyone who's dealt with the loss of a loved one knows grieving is not an easy process, and everybody handles it differently. When my grandmother died, I was in pain and really just numb for a very long time. But how could we work through the denial and the grief and start to heal? My next guest, Karen Johnson, has written this book. It's called Griefabet, Everyday Grief Letters to Wrap Around Your Heart. It uses the alphabet to cope with the roller coaster feelings that grief and loss can produce. Karen joins us this morning as part of our book author series. Hi, Karen. Good morning.
Hi, Danielle. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Why did you write the book?
You know, I think I wrote the book because I was looking for something special to give to people who are hurting so much and are experiencing the loss of a loved one. And I wanted a gift, like a sympathy gift, that they could give to them that they could keep. And this book is good on the table or the bedside, and you can pick it up and read it page by page or one page, look at one drawing. And I hope that it comforts whenever, because it goes on and on.
It does. Where did the concept of using the alphabet come from?
Probably from my background. I'm a teacher, I'm a counselor, I'm a principal, retired now, and I was honored to take part in a lot of very sad situations. And as I watched people, I really noticed that grief affects our life. Learning, relationships, family patterns, our jobs, and I think it's good to address it and validate what we feel, because it's such a powerful emotion.
You know, sometimes, and I was citing the loss of my grandmother, sometimes grief is hard to address because you just want to run away in a corner and hide. You don't really want to deal with the emotion of it, and it hurts. I mean, the pain of it. But you say change creates loss and grief. Life as we know it is about what? It's about change. We know that grief is both individual and universal, right?
Right.
What are the strategies for coping?
That question I love, because mostly we don't talk about grief. We're kind of a death-denying society, and then it happens, and we're just crushed by all those hot and horrible emotions. So one of the best ways to cope, I think, is to admit what you're feeling. All of my letters in the book, in Griefabet, suggest a feeling that you could have. And I think, you know, back to the Griefabet, we're talking about the language of loss. And every language, the foundation is an alphabet. So in Griefabet, it gives you tips and strategies that you can pick and choose. You can throw them out, or you can try them, or another day of the month it might sound really good for you to try.
What are some of the Griefabets that stand out to you in the book?
Well, let me read some. You know, each letter has a word that goes with the letter, and then it has a statement that says it's okay to feel the way you do. Then it gives you a tip that you can try, a grief tip, and then it tells you why that tip might help you. Okay. So I want to share the letter C, and I'll give you an example of how it reads. C is for craziness. It is okay to feel crazy amidst so many changes. Color. Using your non-dominant hand, create a color space to calm the chaos. Another one of my favorites is the letter P. P is for packages of mindfulness. It is okay to feel perplexed and puzzled. Pen a note to yourself from your loved one. Pent-up emotions block personal development.
So bottom line is you have to let it out.
You really do, because the minute you do, be it writing, coloring, tears, taking a walk, exercising, it releases the tension of feeling so badly. You're always going to miss them. You're not going to get better or over it. You're going to readjust your life to live without them, and that's a hard job.
You make me tear up. Yeah, no, it's very true, because I had to go through those same emotions. Yeah. You say grief is hard work. Explain this.
It is hard work because it tires you out. You're exhausted. You use the term numb and paralyzed. It just breaks us down because all of a sudden our life is changed, and it's changed from now on. And so what grief entails is a readjustment to our life as we knew it. And besides that, it's a change we didn't even want.
Yeah, no, and nobody wants it.
Right, I mean, and so that's what makes it so hard.
What is the key in terms of dealing with the pain of loss, Karen?
I think the key is different for everyone, and that's why I stuck with the alphabet, because there's 26 different ways you can try to deal with the pain. There are tips in there. Most of all, I hope that as we continue to balance our lives, that we can look at how we're hurting and acknowledge it, because it hurts.
It does, it does. Well, very useful information, Karen. Thanks so much for being with us and sharing it with us on the show this morning.
My pleasure, thank you.
And again, the book is called Griefabet, Everyday Grief Letters to Wrap Around Your Heart. For more information on Karen, her speaking engagements, or the book, please visit her website. It's everydaygrief.com.